Hello everybody, welcome back. So upon request I'll make a video on XRP, I suppose. Why not? It'd be rude not to. And I think the main question I got on my channel was when do I buy it back? Well, just like any altcoin or even anything at all, I mean, if you really wanted to buy XRP and you wanted to buy it for the long haul, which I guess was the question, on a hodl, you would buy all over the place. You would buy incrementally in steps, right? And you would buy that based upon where it's been in the past and where it's had reactions in the past. So if we're looking at XRP at this very moment in time, we are coming down to a zone where potentially could find a bounce. It's the 50 exponential moving average. We have had reactions to there in the past. This is a weekly chart, so we'll just zoom in on this one a bit closer. We zoom in a little closer here. We just have a look. We can see that weeklies have kind of often respected that around here. Bounce here, marking a bottom. A bit of a dancey vibe around here, a couple of bounces here. So the 50 exponential is more or less where it's about to get tagged right now, around 53%, 53 cents. But it's unlikely to be the absolute bottom. But if we're thinking about incrementally buying in on a coin that you want, then I suppose that would be step one. You would never want to be all in or never want to be all out. Also, what you would think about doing, I suppose, is waiting for the entire situation to be resolved and wait for an uptrend to begin, which isn't going to be today, tomorrow, next week, or whenever. It's not going to happen. It's very unlikely to happen. We're curling over on all these indicators right now, and we're probably going to come down even further. The next level, I would imagine, we've got this zone here where we found I suppose a breakout and a bit of support. We're talking about 40 to 43. We'll call it 42 cents. That could be a bottom. That could be a bottom. And if we stretch that line out a little further, we do see areas prior to this where we were finding breakdowns, supports, rejections, supports, rejections. So about 42 cents is also another area. So we think about having buy orders. Really, if this is something you want a buy order here, and you'd have a buy order here. And if that fails to break, then what you'd look at would be the next level, which is all the way down, all the way down to we are talking about this level here. If you think about it, this is a very strong zone down here, 29 cents. And so you'd have more buy orders down here. And this would be it. This is the only way you can really cope with a downtrend like this, if you wanted to buy something to hodl it. Now, I mean, it's completely up to you how you would go about doing that. I mean, thinking about it in steps of buy orders, you could. I mean, this software here, I could have a buy order and a buy orders all the way down to, let's just say, the absolute low down here. I can put how many buy orders I want. Let's just have I'll have 10 buy orders in there, or I could have. I can have 6 buy orders in there, incrementally buying as it goes lower, spreading out my overall investment however much I want to put in at the time. And that would be one way to cope with it. Other than that, you just do the manual buy orders like the ones I've just explained, and base them around where they've been in the past. We've got to expect the worst here. So if you want to be all in, that's fine. If you want to be all out, that's fine. Or if you want to be basically in and out, it's about incremental steps. So do expect the worst. I have to say, do expect the worst. I've just made a video just before this one about how I'm expecting altcoins to come down over the next couple of months, at least, maybe even longer than that. Probably for the next 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 months before they have a resurgence and an actual alt season. So we're talking about September, October, November, really, before we actually have any significant uptrend of sustainable price action on altcoins. And so sometimes jumping the gun and looking at a chart like this and going, wow, I could get it for a much better price than it was previously. Well, that much is true. It's 70% down from its top. But also, if you think about, I mean, XRP was a lot higher than this in the past. XRP was all the way up at $3.40 in the past. And so we could be thinking, if you had that mentality, you'd be thinking to yourself, wow, I could be buying it here, and it used to be at $3.40. Now, I do expect XRP to recover in epic fashion, but it's still not recovered from its previous high yet, and we're still in a downtrend that's pretty significant, and we do have areas of significance yet to be tagged. These squiggly lines are very messy, but you can see where I'm coming from. I'll keep that there, but you can see where I'm coming from when it comes to supports and resistance. If we do continue to come down from where we are right now and break down to the next level, that's another 23%, that's another 45%, and potentially, you know, could we revisit lows of, you know, just above 10 cents or so, 14, 15 cents, it's another 72% from where we are right now. I'm not saying that that's definitely going to happen, but we have to take on board that these things could happen. And if they can happen, then we have to not expect them, but we have to keep it in the back of our mind that those are all relatively, they're not unlikely targets. And so to be all in at here, or all in here, or all in here, it's not the way to do it. In my opinion, you stagger in. And if you're in it for the long game and you really want to take part in XRP, then you have to, you really do have to focus on the long game. And the long game, you know, isn't going to be resolved over a couple of months. It's going to be resolved over many months, maybe even a couple of years. You know, so that's all I have to say about XRP. Very much the same as any altcoin right now, or even the market in general. Coming down, will continue to go down until it's told us that it can't go down anymore, and then we look at areas that we should be buying it back up at. Now, I've always said, you know, with XRP, we've got a very strong relationship with the 200 exponential moving average. Now, you know, we always come down to revisit it, and in a bull market, we reaccumulate around there. That's what's happened previously, you know, around here, also around here, and probably also around here. But we are breaking down below it pretty significantly now, and well, I would imagine that the next relief rally we get is either right now, which will bring us up to 80 cents, perhaps at best, and that's if it happens soon. Other than that, it's going to break down even further. This will start to curl down, and it will be resistance until proven otherwise. We're going to be having to watch all of these charts. This is still quite early days in the downtrend or in the consolidation or the crash or whatever you want to call it. It's still quite early days when it comes to all of this. And so to really try and mark out levels where we think bottoms could take place at is all very speculative. We don't know what's going to happen with Bitcoin until Bitcoin finishes its downtrend or proves to go into an uptrend. Then it's only then can we really look at alts and work out if they're going to go into uptrends and when that might be. I don't think the majority of them are going to trend with Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's still going to take the lead until we see Bitcoin dominance get to an area of resistance, which I think is going to be first. It's going to be around 52% dominance. Then after that, it's likely to come up to 57% dominance, and only then would I expect to see a you know, sustainable alt seasons, but I suppose, which the earliest I would expect would be between September, October to November, based upon a lot of these other charts that I've looked at, including I suppose XRPs to an extent. If we go back to it here on the weekly, you know, there's nothing bullish about it, but you know, there's no way that we can have any sustainable price action for any period of time at this moment right now. It's going to take a while, and I would expect it's going to be around this zone here, if anything at all. So yeah, expect these areas, you know, to maybe be tagged, and if you wanted to get involved in it, you buy in at these zones. Other than that, you just have to wait and see whether you want to buy into an uptrend or if you want to stagger your buys into a downtrend. It's completely up to you. I know for me, altcoins not really interested in them at the moment. It's all about Bitcoin for me, especially when you see, you know, across the board we're getting just completely wrecked with altcoins, and the wreckage is likely to continue until we at least get a tag of 52% dominance. Other than that, I'll leave it with you there. Hope you have a nice day, by the way, and yeah, join my Telegram chat. It's free. The link's in the description below. And yeah, take it easy.